Hello, everyone. Welcome to Arcana Homesteading. We're your hosts, Sherry.
And Shauna.
I feel like we need like an intro music. We've talked about that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember?
I told John, I was like, they're almost to 20,000 downloads. I was like, you should get us a theme song.
Yes, John should get us a theme song. It's exactly,
I
it's
remember
all
the
he should be
ditty I did
focused on.
last time. What was it? It was like doop bop ba doop boop boop.
Yeah.
See?
Keep going.
It's,
We'll loop that later.
I think it was good.
I was thinking more instrumental, you know, something with instruments besides like what you just did.
I think it's
Not
good.
that I don't love
That's
it.
the only instrument.
I think it was good. I like it.
Yeah, tell John to get on that.
I know. He's
100%.
worse than you guys when it comes to deadlines.
So as you can hear, Honest is back because he thinks we're horrible at setting up and recording.
I mean, granted, yes.
The weeks of no video would be
Yeah.
a testament
proof,
to my...
yeah.
We had video. We did a great
No.
video a couple times. We're all like,
I mean,
yeah, it was great.
I think the last 3 weeks we haven't had video.
No, you guys did it for the
No
last
video.
2, but then there was like a 3-week stretch.
Yeah, there was a
that-
3-week stretch
Yeah,
where we
no,
were just
it
like,
was great.
sorry again.
Well, you know, it's not in our skill set. But
That's right.
hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Today we are talking about chickens and how to be the best crazy chicken lady
keeper.
or man that you can possibly be.
Yeah.
Before we get started, we did want to mention our Patreon. That is up and running and is going super well, super fun. Right now, it's only audio. There's no video element. Hopefully, we will get to that eventually when we get super good at it and we don't need my husband for it. Because, yeah.
I can't wait to be not needed. No, I'm just joking. I like helping you guys.
But if you want to check out our Patreon, so it's Porch Talk, right? We said talk, right? Not talks.
Yeah.
It's Porch Talk
Yeah.
with our kind of homesteading, so you can find us.
You guys should change it every week.
And you can go over to Patreon. And
I'll put the link in the
yeah.
show notes of the links are in the show notes of all of these episodes. So if you ever want it, just go to the show notes of the past like 5 episodes. It's there at the bottom. I think actually I was putting it at the top. There he is.
Why did you buy such big of a socks?
Oh, are they too big?
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sherry bought too big of socks for
I'm
her son,
sorry.
and he's pissed. How
He just
dare
got
you?
back from basketball.
You should hand him your phone.
Yes. Here.
How dare you
I
buy
love you.
too big of
Here,
socks?
here's my phone.
She'll get you some really small socks to even that out.
What?
All right,
Okay.
love you,
Why
bud.
did you buy that big of
There was
She
only,
thought your foot was bigger.
Yeah.
She wanted to have this conversation.
Mom?
Legend. I will buy you a different size. I'll buy you a different size. It's very, very easy. And we'll go return those. Okay. All right. That's
You gotta
all.
wash them in really hot water.
Yeah.
They
he
might
just-
shrink.
Look, he's trying to slam the door. It's like not slamming. He's like, God damn it. That is
Not satisfying.
satisfying.
He was all like, "How dare
Mom.
you?"
He just wants to yell.
Yeah, that's fine. I get it. I want to
Yeah.
yell sometimes too.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
What? I hardly
that
ever
was
yell.
a-
I'm
you
not
wanted
a
jokes.
yeller. I know, but be funny. We said be funny jokes.
Sherry's laughing.
Sherry's laughing at me, so that was my joke. Anyways,
I'm laughing at both of you. I'm totally going to start recording, like before we started recording this, right? Like we're setting up, and there's like a lot of shit to set up and stuff. And so both Sean and Honest are like bickering because like that's
I'm
what
not.
they
I
do.
set everything else
It's
up,
very,
and then
very
she's
funny.
like,
And
"Nah."
so when Shauna, anyways, I'm gonna record it next time. I'm gonna post it. It's gonna be great.
drive me to drink.
Everyone's going to love it. Yeah.
so much, especially me. Anyway, so if you want to check out our Patreon, it's going super well. If you guys want to be part of that, it's just $3 a month, and you get one episode. If you want
Yeah.
more than that, it goes up in tiers. We do have an amazing. It was our first patron besides a family member.
Yes.
That signed up. Her name's Lexi C.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Lexi.
Yes.
We totally appreciate you.
I'm gonna start adding at the ending patrons' names on a title screen. Just saying thank you
Yes,
on the
I
end of
love
our
that.
episodes.
I
Yeah,
love that.
That's great.
Shout out and
Yeah.
their names.
So thank you
everyone to
guys
see.
for everybody who is supporting us that way. It helps a ton. But
Yeah.
let's get
Good
started.
times.
Let's
Yeah.
get started.
So, how to be the best chicken keeper. everyone loves chickens, right? And
It's debatable.
Yeah, I guess it is debatable. We love chickens.
I love chickens.
Yeah, I know you
I,
don't.
I want to have all the different
All the
chickens
different breeds.
and all the different colors with all
Yeah.
the different colored eggs. Like I want to
Yeah.
make a rainbow of different eggs every day, just for fun.
So I go back and forth on that. I do and
Why?
I don't.
Why? It's fun.
I don't know because it's just
It makes for good pictures.
yeah.
It's satisfying to look at when you're collecting them.
Is that the only reason that you want them?
Ooh, do you need another one?
Suppose not. I suppose not. You got me there.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah.
You like collecting them, and you're like, wee! It's like an Easter egg hunt every day.
Wee.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. But so we wanted to mention chicken coops. So if you are just getting into chickens, or if you have chickens and you're having like some people have different struggles depending on where they live and so on and so
Who
forth.
they're married to.
Yeah, absolutely. My husband's actually really good about like anytime he goes to Lee's feed, and if it's chick season, he will totally like call and be all, "Do you want this chicken?" Like, yeah, you don't have to ask. I was like, you never have to call
You
me.
never have to call me.
But like he'll ask like,
put
"Do
the
you want
chicken in a
this
box
breed
and
or
bring it
this
home.
breed?" Yeah, because he knows that I love to collect them.
It's normal. It's very normal.
Yeah,
Some weird twisted Pokemon thing.
yeah. Gotta catch them all.
We should do more training though, so they don't crap on the porch.
What they haven't they're
I've just been sweeping the porch a lot more.
but they're like are not on the porch as much anymore. They're on the back porch now, which doesn't count.
Yeah, no, it doesn't count. You still
Because
step
back's
chicken
in the
shit.
name.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, no, and we don't have nearly as many chickens as we did, so we definitely need more. But so chicken coops can be tricky because I think some people like they think a chicken coop and they think like a house all enclosed, which is yes, you need that part, but that's it. There's nothing else to the chicken coop. It's just a house, and it's very important to have an outside element that of like a chicken run. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It can be it should fit all of your chickens. Obviously,
Yeah.
they should all be able to go out there. And so here is, and even if you free range, even if you like, so the only thing Sherry and I were talking about beforehand is that you wouldn't need this is if you like literally have backyard chickens, like you have a small backyard that's fenced and you have your little house for your chickens.
Yeah.
And, you let them out and in, and there's not a lot of places for them to go beyond your small backyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so here's why you need like an outside little area for them. So there's a couple things. Sometimes you'll have like predator issues, whether it's chicken hawks or something else. And if you're gone at work or what the fuck ever, if you have like you don't have like LGDs running all the time, protecting your flock, you can have predator issues. And if you can't lock them up, so that predator is like, okay, well, no more free meals for me, and moves on, you're going to struggle because you're not going to want to just keep your girls locked up in a dark house all day, right?
Right. Yes, exactly.
So the second reason, which is I guess there's more than a couple, anyways, nuance. So the second reason is so a lot of the times when you free range your chickens, and we've talked about this before, your chickens will find places to hide their clutches. They're like, they'll stop laying in their coop, even though that's like where they maybe initially started to lay, and then they'll lay everywhere you can't see it. Like,
And there's really like no rhyme or reason for that. Like, I mean, like with me, like I feel like my dogs will sometimes get in and take the eggs, and that's when the chickens will start laying
I'm gonna look more at
everywhere else around the property, right? And you go to collect the eggs, there's no fucking eggs, and you have like 100 chickens. You're like, what the fuck?
yeah.
And so,
Super irritating.
but
And
it
you're
is
like,
very,
I'm
very
just
irritating.
feeding these
I'm just
chickens
feeding
for
the-
no,
yeah, just
like,
fucking
not that,
freeloading.
like,
No, it's
Fine
ridiculous.
if they're like old, you can freeload when you're old.
yeah, no, and we do have some older ones, but we have a lot that aren't old, and we should be getting plenty of eggs.
Yeah.
And like right now, we don't have any eggs, and I have yet to lock them all up. But see, my problem is we've let our chicken group as a whole become a little bit out of hand, and so our chicken coop does not fit all of them. So I can lock
Well-
a few, like,
You could add on to your
have
coop though.
a
You could make it an
handful.
addition.
You could
I
just
could,
do it in
yes.
shifts then. So why you need that outside area to lock them up? Because you need to retrain their little chicken brains to
lay in their coops.
lay in their coop.
Yes.
And you have to do it for about 2 weeks, which seems like a very long time. But the chickens, they don't really care. They'll be fine. So obviously you still have to feed them. You can't just be all like, you don't need as much food because, as much as when they free range, you need to feed them, water inside. I feel like that's all very obvious, but wanted to say it.
Yeah.
But you could do yours in shifts to where you do so many for 2 weeks, like lock
Yeah.
them up in there.
Yeah.
But see, that would be problematic because then you couldn't have it open for them to go back in and lay their
Exactly.
eggs.
This is the problem.
Problematic.
But you can, the way that's set up with the chain link, you could add, you already have one side of a wall done. You could add
Yeah.
another part to it with a couple T-posts. Fairly easy.
Yeah, and then just
Make another run
make
to the
another
side.
run.
Do
exactly.
do it half and half.
Yeah.
So, and it's also, so as much as it's important to have like the outside run part and your inside that can be enclosed. So the outside run, when you build it, it still has to be predator proof. It should have a top to it that's made of like chicken wire. The hardware mesh is if you can dig it into the ground. So when animals try to, because there's lots of predators that just dig under into your coop. The hardware mesh, if it's dug down into the ground a little bit, I know that is a pain in the ass, but it will save your chickens. So it's like, it's worth the work
Yeah, for sure.
in the long run.
For sure.
So, but making a really sturdy coop, make sure that you have the perches, like the roosting posts inside, for your chickens to go into because they want to roost up high. So if you don't have any roosting posts, they're not going to want to go in there at night. They're going to want to fly into your trees,
Yeah, exactly.
which is annoying because then they're going to get eaten and they're not going to know
Most
why.
likely, yes.
Yeah.
And they're not going to know why. Their friend's like, oh, shit, and there goes Steve. That's too bad. Yeah.
Well, Steve's a rooster, so he can die. No, I'm just-
Oh, my God.
I'm just joking.
We have our roosters down at our house. There's like 4 of them, something annoying. And they all have just one hen. Just one hen. You know what I mean?
It's not enough.
Between the 4 of them. They're actually really good to her. But like they follow her around, but like they're so fucking annoying. And they eat all the dog food.
So
I
you
go
have
out.
a polyamorous flock out there.
Literally, I
Yeah.
go out and I feed them or feed the dogs, and they come over and so I let my dog out. That's like my chicken killer dog. I'm like, go get those chickens
That's horrible,
away
Sherry.
from the dog food. No, she can't. She doesn't catch them. They're very, very, very fast. They're fucking. There's that stupid breed.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So fucking fast.
Why do you sound so tired?
I'm 9 months pregnant. I have a human.
Sherry's still
I
pregnant.
have a human inside of me that likes to party until
know.
like
It's
5
been
a.m.
20 years.
Yeah. I'm not even joking. She stays awake till like 4 a.m. Like that sucks because that's
And that's all of her kids though. It's
well,
not
that's
like,
how
not
it's
just
gonna
this
be
one.
like when she
Yeah,
comes out. By the
yeah.
way,
She's gonna be all like
she's like, "Oh no, this is when I'm awake. During
Yeah.
the day, I'm gonna sleep." I'm like, "Oh my god,
shake her.
shake her."
Don't shake your babies.
Yeah, it's probably a bad thing.
Disclaimer.
My mom was all like freaked out when we were talking about the vet stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll do more disclaimers.
All you have to do is allegedly.
We are joking.
Allegedly,
Anyways, yeah. So Sherry's still pregnant because she's being selfish and doesn't want to share her baby.
yes, it's definitely it. No, if it was up to me, she'd be like out today.
Yeah.
Like I would just go into labor today.
No, you couldn't go
Oh
today.
no, we have the show tomorrow.
Yeah. I was like, no,
can't.
no.
Yeah, no.
See?
It's not in the schedule.
Yeah, no, it is not the schedule. She has to. There's a window.
Yeah.
That she
the
has
day
to
after
fit.
tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow, come. And she actually better come before Halloween.
No, she's going to
Like,
wait
I
for some other
100%
Serbian holiday and then be like, boom.
I don't think she could because the only one she could ruin for you is Slava, and that's not until the middle of or towards the end of November for you.
There's other holidays, but not ones
I
that
know.
I'm really.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
And I'm not waiting
She
for the
can't
end of
wait,
November.
yeah.
No, thank you.
We'll see.
Yeah,
That'd be great, though,
I'll be doing
if
all
it
the
was.
things.
Would it?
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. But
Maybe.
did we talk about that on our last one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Corelli ruining.
Yeah, that was
She
funny.
didn't
Or was
ruin
that in
it.
Porch
She
Talk?
didn't
But
ruin it.
in my defense, you told me that Corelli couldn't come on a specific day. Your sister was going to be here from Seattle, and she didn't.
In your defense.
yes,
No, there's
and
no
so that's
defense.
we made it
no
past that
defense.
day, so we did it. And then I remember you came to
We
visit.
did it.
You visited Corelli us at the hospital, and you're like, she was born on Serbian Christmas. I'm like, you didn't tell me that date, so
You didn't tell me.
yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You knew. You knew.
I remember taking all your kids
Yeah.
to the festivities
Yes.
that day. They're all like, can we go see our mom now?
Uh-huh.
And I also would prefer it if you could have your baby during the day.
Ideal, yes.
So if you can let her know.
Yeah.
Send her a memo.
It's
Like,
not
if you could
convenient.
go
Nighttime
in-
is not convenient.
Yeah, like, and not like super early in the morning either. If it could be like 10, 11
You have a
a.m.,
window of dates and time, a time frame.
I
and a
think that
date.
would work best.
Yeah.
Because then I could take the kids somewhere fun during the day.
Yeah,
They wouldn't be
100%.
all like,
Sad.
sad or
Yeah.
worried about you.
Yeah.
And then you have your
They
baby.
will be if I'm around.
And then we're like done, right?
Yeah.
Go see you in the
100%.
hospital.
Yes.
Done.
Done.
See?
It's done.
Just tell them like you don't want to stay overnight. It's your sixth baby. Why should you have to?
I will sign what I need to sign. Let
Yeah.
me go, please.
Yeah.
I am fully intending on doing that, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of just being like, I'm leaving. Hand me the paperwork and a pen.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this IV out myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a
Yeah.
matter of being like super like,
I can make this real uncomfortable for everyone.
You know what's crazy though? So like Sherry, you would totally have like a home birth. But what like it's way more like expensive, like out of pocket wise.
so much. Well, because insurance don't cover it. It doesn't cover it at all. And it some do, some does, some doesn't. And just, it's absolute bullshit. It's like,
But I don't understand like it's like literally like
it's the same thing.
it's not just the same thing. It's like it's less. Like you don't need an IV. You don't need like
Yeah.
all this stuff.
So
like,
much less.
You don't need little hospital
tell
socks.
Sherry-
You know, like what are you paying for?
Did you tell?
Unless I'm getting hospital socks, I'm not
the
giving
little
you a
ones with
damn
the-
dime.
Yeah, things on the bottom.
No, mom bought me slippers because my mother loves me. She's like, I bought you slippers for the
So you
hospital.
don't have to wear
the
hospital so-
nasty hospital socks.
They're all new. I can take
Did
those
you tell
hospital socks. I'm using those.
Did you tell Sherry the story my sister told you the other day about their coworker that had the baby in the car on the way to the hospital?
No, I didn't.
Oh, shoot.
And
Did she still go, though?
Yes.
Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, if I
Why?
have this
And
baby in
then-
the car, we're
I know.
turning this
And then-
car
I told
around.
Casey that. Also, she has her baby outside the hospital. She's not going to the
and
hospital.
then they
She was
still
like, we're
charged
good.
them,
around.
Sherry,
She's
for
still-
everything.
For everything. They charged them for
For
everything.
delivery and everything.
Are
He
you
was like,
fucking
yeah,
kidding me?
he's still fighting it now.
They charged her for like all of the things, like delivery.
Did she deliver her placenta there?
No, I don't think
That's
anything.
probably what it
Like they
was.
went afterwards.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
I don't know.
And I was like thinking about that. I was like, what? I don't want to deliver the placenta in the car. What did you do? Just toss out the window? Be
Just
like,
bring some puppy pads with you.
yeah, I have those.
Yeah, I can just
Garbage
I have
bags.
puppy pads.
Yeah, yeah.
You're good.
You're good.
Yeah.
No, I 100%
A shout pen?
would not. That's gonna get out that stain. Yeah, I would 100% would not go to the hospital.
Oh, I
if
know you
delivered
wouldn't.
the car.
I know you wouldn't.
I'm like, Mom, turn the car around. We're good.
Mom
Your
would
mom
be like,
wouldn't.
I know. I am not turning this around.
Oh, no, I would make her.
His mom was saying, she's like, well, just have her like, why don't you guys like rent a van that you guys can all go down there
She was so
and
serious.
have like she was
too.
serious.
I was like, You're
She was
crazy,
serious,
Mom.
and she was all like, and she can have her baby in the parking lot of the hospital. If something goes wrong, you can just take her in, and then she can have her baby. You guys can all be there in like a tailgate party, you know.
I
Like,
mean, that
We should just take a camper.
slightly genius.
you're all in the hospital like, woo, it's baby time.
I
People
mean,
are like, what the fuck are
because
they
that's so
doing in
cool,
there?
because like
I can't hear me now.
You guys were shouting. I had to turn it down.
we would
Oh.
all be, the hospital's right there.
Exactly.
That's genius.
I know. And then you would be like, well, who's gonna catch the baby?
Mom probably would be perfectly fine with
No,
that.
mom.
No.
Have you seen mom with
She's-
baby
she
goats?
would fall.
Mom would be all like, okay, Sherry.
She would fall.
Like she would be like freaking the fuck
She
out.
probably would be freaking the fuck
No,
out.
it would be me. You know,
Yeah,
it would
well,
be
yeah,
me.
it definitely would
I
be.
don't want to be
definitely
there
me.
at all.
No, you were barely
Don't
there
worry.
when our
Yeah,
when I had our kids.
You and my husband
Yeah.
both.
Honest had to like, he was gonna pass out, and they're like,
Needed
should
a
we
paper-
get him a chair? I was like,
Need-
is he having a fucking baby or am I? Like, no, you're not getting him a
He
chair.
needed a
Let
paper
him
bag to
let
breathe
him fall
into.
over on the floor.
Let him hit his head. I
He'll be
hope it
fucking
hurts.
fine. Yeah. Oh God, so annoying.
No, my husband's not even going. He's not even going to go, as you well know.
You know, my husband asked me one time when I was having contractions, and they're on the screen. You know, like it shows you the contractions are like.
If
"Ow."
this is anything like,
It's gonna be a
shut-
good Friday.
No. Listen. This is what he says. Because I'm like breathing through him. He's like, "Does it even hurt that bad?"
yes.
I'm
The answer
sorry.
is yes.
I'm so sorry. Like,
Or
I-
there's Shauna with well, you did with all of them, but with my most recent obviously being Legend, and you're like standing there and she like looks at the monitor and
Mm-hmm.
she sees, she's like, oh, does that hurt? Oh, that's a big one.
That's a big-
Does that hurt?
That looks like it hurts. That looks like it's painful. I'm trying to,
Yeah, it's super helpful.
it is
It's
helpful. I'm
very
helping
helpful. Yeah, no, it's
you. You
it's
love
not.
when I do that. I'm
Yeah.
doing it again this time, so.
So freaking funny.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Chickens.
Back on track.
Back on track. So your chicken coop is definitely an important factor. You should have it. Did somebody say mom?
I heard mother. Yeah.
What? Where?
Turn that down. That's like, can you turn it down a smidge? Like,
Yeah.
oh, they're right here. I was like, what
Oh.
the fuck is happening?
Like, how are they so?
They're out the window.
Oh, we have our window open to try to get some breeze in, and of
Why
course
don't
the
you
kids
guys-
had to come around
Why don't
to
you
the
guys go swimming?
window and yell in.
Hi.
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 All right, go have fun.
Okay, go have fun.
Go frolic.
Yes,
Be
love,
free.
Love, love. That
Okay,
was
you can turn it up
hysterical.
again. I cannot hear anything.
That was so fucking
So
funny.
I thought they were behind us, like in this curtain. I was all like, "What the fuck?" We
All
have
I
like
heard
a
was mother. I'm like, that's the creepiest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, mother. I'm like,
mother. You're
what
like,
the fuck? Where are you?
Are your ears good now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fucking
Possession of
funny.
Annabelle. Yeah, that was scary.
That was. It was weird.
So your chicken coop is one of the most important things you can do for your chickens. So it should have an outside area that's hooked up, or what is it? Attached. Thank you.
Attached, yeah.
To your inside coop, right? So they should be
What
able to
is
go
it?
inside, outside,
Yeah.
and you should be able to get into both. So a door for the outside, a door for the inside. Yes? And then the perches, obviously, and the nesting boxes are very important for the inside portion of it. And then that way, if your chickens, like, you need to lock them up like we were talking about, it's very easy to do that without you feeling bad having to lock them into a dark, and you shouldn't do that, by the way. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Lock them into a dark house. Okay, goodbye for 2 weeks.
Hopefully you're not traumatized when you come back out.
They're all like, the sun, it hurts. They're all little vampire chickens. Like, how do you have teeth?
I invented a new breed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the other thing that it's like a must-have, and you should probably get it before you even get your chickens. If you don't have it and you already have chickens, like, figure it out, is having a separate sick bay. So it can be a lot of things. It can be like, why is the fucking guinea hen like right by the window?
I was like, this should have happened like that one time we were
When
talking
we were
about guinea hens. Yeah.
He's not even doing his really
No, he's
annoying noise.
not.
He's just chirping
Still annoying,
really
though.
loudly. But
Should I throw something at him?
no,
Like a box?
no, we're good.
No?
No.
I have his box right here.
It's okay.
It's like perfectly. It's our microphone
have
box.
this box.
I could retrieve it later.
It's really a
empty.
shame just to have this box here.
And not throw it.
It's an empty box. It was very light. It wouldn't hurt. I'll just scare him away. Because, yeah.
Anyways. So having like a sick bay for your chickens. So if anybody is sick and you need to quarantine them, or if you need to quarantine a couple birds at a time, it needs to be big enough for at least 2 birds. And then
Or if they have injuries.
injuries,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
they're brutal. So if they see blood, like the other
Yeah.
chickens will keep.
They're going to kill that one
Yeah.
once they see blood. They'll just keep picking
And
at
it's
it.
easier if that bird is quarantined to care for it. So to put antibiotics.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, you don't have to catch a bird that's like free ranging around your whole
Or
property.
even in the
right?
coop, it's annoying. Like if
Exactly.
it's in a small area, it's much easier to go in there, grab them,
Yeah.
treat them,
Yes.
or what the fuck ever you need to
Yeah.
do. So we have one of those shitty chicken coops that you like buy. Like you see them at your feed stores and stuff, and they're usually like really.
Prefabbed.
Yeah, thank you. They're like
You do?
It's a kit. Yeah, on the
Yeah.
side of the house.
somebody gave it to us. I didn't purchase
Father
it.
Bill gave it to us.
Oh. Isn't that where your goats are?
No.
No. It's like
Oh.
on the side of the house. Like
Immediately to
it's
the
an
side.
itty bitty. It's very small.
Oh, I know what you're
like
speaking
literally
of.
3 chickens could fit in it.
Yeah,
but
it's super
we use
tiny.
that as.
I actually think it's more like a rabbit hutch.
No, it's a
no,
chicken
it was for
coop.
chickens. Like
No,
that's
you're
how-
you're thinking of the wrong thing. You're thinking of the
Oh,
wrong
okay.
thing.
So you have a lot of different small
Yes.
We do.
shelters.
We do.
Tiny.
So because then
tiny
we have our
shelters.
brooder, which used to be a
Yes.
guinea pig thingy.
Yes.
And then I have another brooder that used to be like a bunny cage. That's all. That's all I have.
That's all.
No,
That's all.
we have like 3 other cages
Yeah.
too behind the barn that
Yeah.
are not in use.
I know, but that doesn't count. Those are for like anything. It could be for a wild bird if it's hurt. And I
Weren't they
need it.
all filled with chickens at one point though?
No.
At the same time?
Mm.
No? No. She's like, no.
Mhm.
No.
So
It's not how she learns.
so we have like one of those prefabbed, and those are not great for everyday use. Like I would not suggest if you're like
That's for a backyard. If you have backyard chickens and want somewhere for them to go.
Hopefully
even
you
then
only have
like
like
yeah,
3.
they
Yeah.
there's not a lot that fits in it. They fall apart really easily. They're just it's way better to build something.
It's just not.
But to work for like a
And
sick bay, it
they're
works.
so
Yeah, yeah,
expensive too
yeah.
if you buy
Yeah,
them.
ridiculous.
Yeah, we didn't buy
expensive.
it. Somebody just gave it to us, and it totally works as like a
Yeah.
sick holding area.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's good. No, it serves a purpose, I'm sure.
it does.
But for an actual chicken coop, like to keep chickens in, no,
it's crap.
way too small.
Crap. So we were talking about this before too. So you also need a brooder. If you have a rooster in with your flock, and even if you think like we're never gonna have chicks, like you're gonna have chicks. If you have you know what I'm saying? So like just
If you have a
Sherry.
rooster, yeah. So if you have like a guy, and there's girls available to him, then he's gonna get those. He's gonna be fertilizing those eggs. So like,
and even if you think you're taking all the eggs, they will hide their eggs. You will
eventually
chicks.
have babies.
You will.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you need to have a chick brooder, which both of ours weren't they guinea pig or bunny cages at one point? Or was
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have several like just like random cages that we use, and then I have that one that Brian built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are usually like lower to the ground. They usually like the top kind of closes down so you can open it and like look inside at everybody. They usually
Yeah.
have something on the bottom to where nothing can dig under. A lot of people will either put them like in a garage or a barn so they are safe from predators or safer from predators.
Yeah.
Because obviously being outside, you need to secure it even more than you would. We have ours outside. We have like the chicken wire all the way around it, and on the bottom we have like the top. We usually put something heavy on top when we close it at night, even though it latches, just so nothing like because raccoons are fucking crazy. Like their little fucking thumbs, they're all like fucking.
They are amazing.
I know.
At what they do, right? And they will like 100% get into something like that.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
they're very intelligent. They'll lift latches over. I mean, just crazy.
Yeah.
See, we don't have a latch on our top. We just like shut it. And then we don't have the fucking wire, but that's because we have the big dogs that just are always running.
Yeah. See, look,
So
you
it
get
just,
both
it's
worlds here.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's, you either have one or the other. You either like secure the shit out of things or you just get some fucking dogs. LGDs, not just random dogs.
So our brooder's kind of cool because the light bulb actually screws in and it is all like connected and it just like plugs in, which is pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
for the heat lamp. So if you don't do that, you need to make sure your heat lamp is secure. Like if it is in a barn type area and that heat lamp falls onto hay, which happens all the fucking time, by the way, it's gonna start a fire. All your animals are gonna die.
We just had a lady keep
And your
she
property
was-
is going to catch on fire and probably your house. and
Literally,
your
we just
neighbors.
had
It's
a-
really, really bad. It happens all the time. People,
We had a friend
or have like the cage on it.
tragically she had they had just bought goats, and it was a couple moms and like some babies, and they were still building their shelter, and so they had all these goats. There was like 6 of them total in a trailer, and they had the heat lamp in the trailer. Of course, there's hay on the ground to keep the goats comfortable. The heat lamp fucking fell and like burned everything in the trailer, and the trailer included. It was just fucking awful. Her kids are like traumatized. So it's like you got to be sure when you're working with heat lamps, it has to be secured. And then think about how high your animals can jump. We're kind of veering off of chickens here, but like for example, what happened with that most likely was one of the goats, probably one of the mom goats, jumped up, hit it, and then it fucking falls.
Yeah.
And then it
But
starts
even
a
other
fucking
animals
fire.
like cats or
Yes,
If
very
they
true.
can get in there
Yes.
and fuck
Yeah.
with things, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just secure them. I mean,
there's also like the cages that go around the top of the heat lamp.
I feel
that-
like even those though, if it sits there long enough,
No,
it will
for sure, but at
start.
least it's something else.
Yeah.
Like it's like, like a deterrent almost, not a deterrent, but you know what I'm saying?
precaution.
Precaution.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, just get, zip ties. They're wonderful. Zip tie that fucker to something.
If
It's
you
not coming
don't have
down.
zip ties on your homestead,
You're not a
like,
homesteader.
what are you doing?
No, what are
You're
you doing?
failing. Order some
Exactly.
from Amazon immediately.
Just right now. Just like as
And
you're
all the
listening to this
different
podcast.
sizes too. Also, you can use fucking hay twine, but zip ties work way better because they last
Heavy
longer.
zip tie shaming going on.
Yeah.
It just like, I always secure our, like, I'll put like babies, sometimes baby chicks on our front porch. And I always secure our heat lamps with like a zip tie or 2 because I'm like really, really paranoid about it.
As you should be.
Yeah. Just nothing that I ever want to go through.
Yeah, exactly. But the brooders, the baby chicks have to have the heat lamps. If you
Yeah,
have,
until
like,
there are certain, and depending on your weather, obviously depending on the time of year, obviously if it's 100 fucking degrees out, they don't need
unless they have their
the heat
mom,
lamp. Yes,
which we've talked
if they
about
have
before.
their mom, then
If
they're
you
good.
need to know about how to raise baby chicks, go check out our other episode on how to raise baby chickens. I don't know what it's called.
I don't have your episode.
I
list in
will.
front of me.
I'll put the episode in the show notes.
Look at you. That's smart. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So we talked about chicken coops. We talked about chicken brooders. We talked about a sick bay. There was other things I wanted to talk about, but we didn't write it down because we're like, we'll remember. So what was it?
We'll remember. Talking about, I don't know. I could only remember chicken coop, so you're way better
You're
than I
making
am.
me so tired.
Just sitting here?
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Like her sleepy voice. She has like your voice is all like, I haven't slept in like days, you know?
Correct.
You're making me really tired. Like I was fine.
I keep telling myself, like, you gotta just go to sleep. Just ignore the baby inside of you. Because when she comes out, it's gonna be even harder to sleep.
Oh, it's gonna, yeah.
You
it
know?
is, it
And
is.
then
You should just sleep during the day. Like tell your kids to go
Shauna,
run
A,
amok.
I have a million things to do. And B, there are, what? No, you know how this goes. Naps don't happen. A, I can't even really sleep during the day.
I hate
I
naps.
have blackout curtains. My whole
I-
room is
I-
like black,
I
so it's not this
say I-
actual sun.
Yeah, but I say I like naps, but every time
No.
I ever try to take a nap, I
It
get
doesn't
more
work.
anxiety because I'm
Because
like,
you're not children.
Yes.
well, you
this
take
is
naps all
probably
the
why-
time. Are you a child?
When do I take naps?
You always like, especially on the weekends, you're like always like, I'm so tired. Shut my eyes on the couch. And you're just like, pass the fuck out. Anytime we watch a
jealous.
movie,
I'm jealous.
And he was like that too. Like
That's
watching
one,
a
too.
movie,
Not true.
we'll like turn
That
on a
is
movie
one,
and it'll be
too.
like 10 minutes in, and he's just like out. I'm just like,
That was the old me.
It's
That
not.
What happened. I was when I was drinking.
Juan
That was easy.
legit fell asleep in a movie theater with strangers around us. Yeah, just like we're watching a movie. It's hysterical, by the way.
you
Funny.
should tell him, be like, our grandpa used to do that.
Yeah, and I look over and he's between, there's a lady that's next to him on the other side of him. I look over and he's like legit snoring and I'm like,
Oh my
You
god.
I
guys should
kept
get up
having to,
and
like,
go a
punch
couple
him.
aisles back.
you know what I mean? I kept having to like hit him and be like, stop snoring.
Tell him to leave.
You are snoring. And the lady next to him is just like, and I was like, I'm sorry, you know?
I would have
And
smacked
like,
him.
oh, I kept smacking him. And finally I did tell him, I was like, go to the fucking car. You are such like a fucking weirdo. Who falls asleep in the middle of a movie theater with like
Old men.
strangers around you?
Old men.
He wasn't even, this was like years ago
No,
when we used to go on dates. It doesn't happen in years.
that's weird.
Yeah. Weird what? That he fell asleep in a movie theater or that we don't go on dates?
Or that you went on a date.
Touche. Touche.
It's like neither. The fact that you went on a date once is weird. Anyways, so what else did I want to say about chickens? Come on, remember.
I have nothing. Literally, I have nothing.
Oh, this is kind of a hack, which is going to be a different, but whatever, nuance. So if you are trying to, for perches, you can literally take like sticks,
Yeah, branches. Yep.
and screw them into your chicken coop. Ta-da!
Okay, so in our little sick bay area, we took branches from like just like an oak tree, and we just like shoved them in the wire
Yeah, we've done that too.
like it's so easy, and it actually looks really cute, and it looks very natural, and they like it because it is natural.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And
Way
I'm not,
more than
like-
like
I'm
taking
not
like a
gonna
stick
spend-
or
no.
like a whatever the fuck, and it's all straight and boring.
I'm bored.
Yeah,
Like a pole.
I hate it. Oh, I know what we're going to talk about. So the other thing is when you have chickens, you should have certain medications on hand. And I know we
like
talk
the
a-
mites and stuff.
Yeah, so we talk a lot about like natural remedies and stuff in most of our episodes, and like using the apple cider vinegar as just like preemptively
Yeah.
will help a lot with sauerkraut. What else will it help with? I'm sorry, it made me tired. Any kind of worms and stuff like that. The apple cider vinegar just helps like boost their immune system.
Yeah.
So just putting a little bit of that in their water. If you don't do it every day, do it weekly. It's not like, whatever. Just doing it occasionally will help. That is huge. So
But when it comes down to it, like if you have like a mom and she's like sitting on babies and like you're like, oh look, I see some mites on her. Like you just need to use some like louse powder. We use the permethrin and it works very, very quickly. And you're not gonna have to worry about when your babies hatch. Like they're like, oh, I'm being covered in lice and dying now, right? Because it happens very quickly because they're so tiny.
well, and they're way more like susceptible almost
Yes.
because they are small.
Yes.
And the the mites or the lice will kill them way faster than it will your adult hen. So if you
Yeah.
see something on the mom, they're going to transfer to the babies really quick.
Yeah.
So if I see a mom and she's been sitting for a while, she most likely is going to have mites on her. If
Because
she's
they're
been-
not getting up and dusting
Exactly.
themselves and taking care of themselves like they
Exactly.
normally would.
Yeah.
And so they just are more susceptible to getting those like
because they're
mites and
just sitting
stuff.
there on that clutch. And so
Exactly.
if you see her and it's easy just to get the permectin out and dust her, even if
Yeah.
you are not sitting there going through her feathers to look for mites, just dust her, then you know that they're not going to transfer to those babies when they hatch. You don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
So I would just do that
Agreed.
preemptively.
We always do, just because like I'm not dealing with like I don't want to deal with the babies with the lice. You know what I mean? And
It's
I'm
much
just like,
harder. Like,
It's much harder.
well,
just
like,
go over duster,
I mean,
boop,
you
boop,
can
and then you're, like, done.
definitely treat babies too, but they
Well, they're so fucking tiny, and then you worry about like, oh, how much louse powder is going to harm them. You know what I mean? I have to do a certain amount. Whereas the adult chicken, it's just like a sprinkle, 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 and then like you're done. And anyways, that's my preference.
yeah, totally.
Again, just preemptively.
And then you can also do, we've talked about this before, the DE in the corners of the coop and stuff will keep the mites and like bugs and stuff down to a degree. And you can do that preemptively as well. So like when you clean out their coop, you putting in the straw, put in some diatomaceous earth in the corners, and it will help with your mite problem. So Sherry and I both free range our chickens. It is far better for them, like diet wise, than just getting like the pelleted, or even if it was like a grain.
Yeah.
Like they really, really do need those, like the bugs and the nutrition. Have you ever like cracked open an egg from the store? And you crack open an egg that from your chickens, like the yolk is like usually so much darker and richer in color than like the store one. Not just because the store one's been sitting there, but the store one, those chickens aren't getting like enough of anything that they need.
Yeah.
So like
Nowhere near the nutrients. And on top of that, I've said before, like happy animals equals healthy food. And in this case, you're talking about the eggs from the chickens. And those chickens, like mentally, like much happier if they're free ranging. You know what I mean?
they love it.
They love
fucking
it. I mean, who would want to be like locked up in like
Are you gonna
a
take a nap?
freaking, tiny pen? And don't get me wrong. I know that plenty of people who have gigantic coops, and they mostly are just free ranging.
Or chicken tractors, and they move the
Exactly,
chickens
they
around.
move it. So like it is. I'm not trying to like shame anybody. It is like it's whatever you can do, whatever.
Unless
for
you
your,
don't have zip ties. Then
For your-
shame. Shame.
for
with
your,
the bell.
for your situation and stuff. Obviously, I know sometimes it's just free ranging is just impossible depending on your predator load. You don't have the dogs. You don't want to get the dogs because it just doesn't work for you. You know what I mean? There are obviously situations.
I guess, but it
Yeah.
is way better for them.
Yeah.
And it also like it will save you on feed. You don't have to feed your free range chickens nearly as much
Yeah,
as
no.
you do your inside chickens. Like your inside chickens are going to need so much more feed.
Yep.
And so I have some that are inside only chickens that are either elderly or
They get
hurt
picked on,
or
yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
that they don't free range anymore because I don't want them with the rest of the flock. So
Yeah.
they're only like they have like obviously an outside area to go to, but they eat far more of the feed than the ones that just free range. Because
Yeah,
I'll just throw
obviously.
like a couple handfuls and they're like, yay, but like they don't care because they just want to go get the bugs and stuff. And it'll keep down your like few like bugs and stuff. Like, oh my god. Like when
Or just get rid of all your frogs.
Yeah, well, it will
We-
keep down on any kind of. We talked about this in one of our last episodes about like the mice and things, and they
Yeah,
will
we
keep down
did talk
mice.
about that.
I mean, they'll keep down. I mean, insects in general. Like, I don't feel like we have nearly as many insects in our house as we would have if we didn't have the chickens. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, spiders and stuff like here and there, but I feel like the spiders flee into our house.
yeah, for sure.
You know?
I feel like the fucking pincher bugs. Like
See, I don't have.
when we first
we do
moved
not
up
have
there, we
pincher
had
bugs.
so many pincher bugs.
Yeah.
And then as the chickens kind of started, because like it's funny because chickens will kind of like wherever their coop is and you first introduce them to,
They stay.
they're going to
around
stay around that
area.
area. And then they'll kind of spread out as they get more comfortable, or the kind of flocks will split up and they'll be like
Yeah,
wherever,
as the
it's like-
flocks grow, and if you
Yeah.
have multiple roosters, they all
Yeah.
claim
they're
a
like
certain area.
gangs,
Yes,
you know?
yes.
It's like the Bloods and the Crips. And they have their little zones that they go
Exactly.
into. But as they spread out, we like we just don't have nearly like we used to be like totally they everywhere. Like literally, if you pick something up,
I
there's just, like,
remember
a
that, the
thousand.
pincher bugs at your place. I remember them on the fucking door, on your front door.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But now that you have all, all the chickens are like on your fucking porch, and they're
Yeah.
like, we got this.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want 1,000 pincher bugs in my house.
Oh God.
I
ew.
like bugs and everything, but like I like to.
No, I'm not a fan. It's one of the only reasons I probably shouldn't
I don't
be
like 'em in my
a country
shoes.
person. I'm not a fan of bugs.
Like when you put on your shoe and you're like, "There's a bug in my shoe."
See, I am so paranoid that I will shake my shoes out, like my boots, smack them, turn them upside down, smack them against the side of the door jamb or whatever. Like that is not. No, I'm not. My foot is not going in that shoe until there's bug free,
Bug free, snake free.
snake free, spider free. You know what I
Spider
mean?
free.
Like no, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. But they do help with all that. It is better to free range them. But I was gonna say, regardless if you free range or whatever, like giving them treats is like, I wouldn't say it's necessary, but it does like it helps with you cutting down on your food waste from inside if you're not throwing it to like.
We give the chickens everything.
I know you literally can just.
I mean, beyond meat. I don't give them meat because like,
gross.
they'll eat it and they would have like absolutely no
my
problem eating
chickens
it.
love shrimp.
Yeah, like they would totally eat it, but I just don't. I'm just like, no,
I feed
that's
my
gonna go to the
chickens
dogs.
shrimp if we have leftover. Like if I made shrimp.
Yeah.
For,
Like if we have
Honest
excess
or whatever.
meat, which we don't actually
I
have.
wouldn't
mean,
give
my
them meat
kids-
though, like red meat. That would be gross. Those dogs would get that.
Yeah, that's not. Well, I don't even.
I don't.
Make red
I don't
meat.
make red meat. But if Honest like makes a
was like, we
steak,
don't-
yeah.
My kids eat chicken, turkey. You know what I mean? That's it. So if we have leftover of that, obviously I'm not going to give my chickens chicken. They would eat it. Don't worry.
No,
but
that
it's
goes.
going
Yeah,
to the
that's
dogs.
going to the dogs.
But they get everything else. I mean,
What were you gonna say? You're gonna say something. Was it funny?
it better
Shrimp
be.
for our chickens, only the best. Walk around, they got a little dipping it in cocktail sauce, a little champagne.
And they have a martini.
Yeah.
They're lovely to see you today.
You're like, no wonder our feed's getting crazy. You're gonna feed all these shrimp.
They love it.
They love it. I'm sure
They
they
do.
do.
Glad to hear it.
Like it was crazy. Like I had like the leftover shrimp or whatever, like that nobody ate. It was like in the fridge, and I was like, okay, it's fucking, and I threw one to the chickens, and they grabbed it, and then like I threw a couple more, and they were all like fighting over them. I was like, Jesus, like okay.
Well, they will
love
eat
seafood.
anything. Yeah,
But
exactly.
you can get, if you're not like huge on cooking or what the fuck ever, you can get like mealworms. What was the one? Who was it? Where's my phone? Oh, it's fuck. I don't have my phone anymore.
You're like, oh, we're recording with it. Shit.
So we had a gal. She was a homesteader. I don't remember your name, and I'm sorry. I'll try to say it next time. But she got a hold of us on Instagram, and she was saying that she listens to us while she jogs or whatever. And she was saying what she does with her like compost is she'll like that she's gonna take to the compost anyways.
Yeah.
Is that she'll freeze some, and then in the summer when it's super hot, she'll give it as a treat to her chickens.
Oh yeah. I'm
And I
sure
was
they
like, oh,
fucking
that's a good
love
idea.
that.
Yeah. Because I'll freeze like some shit sometimes for like the chickens, like, frozen strawberries, and you throw it into their water or whatever, and they'll like peck at it. They love like the black oil sunflower seeds. They love the mealworms.
Yeah.
Anything that's like.
We just fed ours. We just got like handed down the lizard, from Terry. So I fucking hate cockroaches, like with such a passion. And the girls hate them too, right? And I told
and
them.
that's what he eats?
No, he eats mealworms too, and veggie. He's like 95% vegetarian. He eats he wants his salad, which is
Why
great.
do you have cockroaches then?
Well, because she had given us the cockroaches and the
I feel
mealworms,
bad
right?
giving him cockroaches. Cockroaches are so cute.
They're not anything that's cute.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. They're all like
Dea
little
was
beetles. Like,
ew,
doo, 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 doo.
stop! You're grossing me out. And I fucking hate them. And so Dea was like, "Mom,
I would have pet
I
cockroaches.
cannot. I can't. I don't want to feed them these." I was like, "I told you guys, if you're gonna get this lizard, you are feeding it. I am not responsible. I'm having a human. You need to just feed the lizard, okay?"
I'm having a human. That's
And
fair
she-
is fair.
She's like, no. Can we just feed him mealworms and his salad? I mean, he would prefer his salad anyways. I was like, yes, it's fine. She's like, well, what am I gonna do with cockroaches?
No.
I was like, you're gonna give them to the chickens.
No.
Yes, 100%. The
You're
chickens
so
loved them.
mean.
They were just like, this
How
is
big were
amazing.
they?
Who cares? I don't even know. I didn't even look at them.
Aww.
No, all their little nasty sounds in there. Just
I
take them
love-
out quickly.
Like the hissing cockroaches? You can
Something
have
is
them as
wrong with you. Something is wrong with
Because
you.
I like cockroaches?
They're so fast and creepy.
They're not fast.
They are so fast.
you
When's the
can,
last time you saw a cockroach?
Would
can
it be
hold
less
them.
creepy if they were slower?
I mean, they're fast,
Slightly,
but they're
yes.
not like,
Not even joking.
But they're not like in an evil way. They're not like possessed fast. They're just all like,
Possessed?
Yeah.
Why? What?
These are Satan's cockroaches.
You know
Come
how,
down
like,
here.
You know how like some spiders and they crawl at you and they almost look like they're fucking possessed because they go so fast and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay?
I had a
Like-
spider. Cookie was chasing across our living room. It was hopping. It
Aw,
was the
such a-
funniest thing.
was
No,
like,
it
I
was
need to
not.
get away
It
from
was not a
this
jumping
dog.
spider. But she was like following it, all like, "What the fuck are you?" Like, I don't know why she didn't know what it was. It's a fucking spider, Cookie. Like you've seen those a million times. And this thing is like hopping and turning backwards. It was so fucking cute. See, I think
possessed.
that's cute.
Okay, see?
I
But a
caught him.
cockroach
He went
can't be
outside. Shauna,
What if it
they're
hopped?
creepy.
What was a
What if
hopping
it
cockroach?
talked?
Hot.
Oh,
Yeah, if I was all like, hey, Sherry, what'd your baby
I
do?
would
Would you
be
still kill
very
it?
concerned. I'd be like, I need to go see somebody.
You wouldn't go.
You're
No,
right.
she wouldn't.
You're right. I
She'd be
wouldn't
like,
go.
I'm gonna take some tincture. I'll be fine.
Tea. I need more tea. Yeah, I don't. I just we fed them to the chickens. They went straight to the
Oh,
chickens.
that's so sad.
The chickens didn't think it was sad. The chickens
Aw.
loved it.
They're so cute.
They eat bugs all day long. Why do you think that's sad?
I don't know, like just like
You were
that
just
you
talking
had
about them
them and
eating
you like
bugs.
and you fed it. Like I would never catch a bug and be all like how people in their garden they're like, oh, that's catch those bugs and feed them to the chickens. I was like, I
Yes.
couldn't do that.
I do that all the time.
I couldn't do it. No.
We used to
Like,
catch
unless it's
flies and
happens-
feed them to our spider
I
that
know.
we had.
I would never. I love that spider.
Well, that's my point. He has to live, correct? The
No,
only thing he
I
eats
know.
is
I'm not
bugs.
obviously, and it's very good for them. But I don't want to facilitate the death
You did
of the bug.
facilitate it. We used to catch flies all the time.
I know when I was little, but that's when
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm an idiot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
You've
felt
come
kinda-
so far.
I know. I would never now. Ever. Nope.
I hate flies. I totally would. I still do. We have a spider in my bathroom that I'm quite fond of, and I'm like, she's right there in the corner, and I like smack a fly and then push it into her
Oh
web.
my
Here you
God.
go. Yeah, fuck yeah.
I have a spider friend in like my kitchen window, and she just had babies.
Yeah, mine did too in our kitchen window.
Yeah, and then
It's just a daddy
and then
long
she
leg.
died.
Oh, well, so is the way.
Tragic. Yeah.
It's very sad for them.
I was like, oh. So now I was like talking
See,
to
mine didn't die.
all of her babies, and
I
I was like,
wonder
can
if,
one of you
like
stay
Charlotte's Web?
around? Yeah,
Like Charlotte's Web.
yeah. I was like, please, but I don't know where they all went.
They're like, fuck you, bitch. Or
I
maybe
know. I was like, this is a perfect
on
spot.
to bigger and better
My mom
things.
caught many flies in this window. But yeah, what?
Damn Charlotte's
Very
Web,
hostile.
Bambi, it created
know.
so many, it's great though. It's good. Empathy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
a
like,
good thing.
how do people not like spiders in their house?
Okay, so I don't want like the gigantic ones in my house or like
Like
the
what? Like
the-
tarantulas?
I actually really like tarantulas.
I know, they're so
they're
fucking
so
cute.
slow and
I
adorable.
love when they're
and they, like,
mad and they
throw their little
and
hairs
they
at you.
yeah, and they
So
rub their
cute.
back and all the little
Like,
hairs come off their. Why is that so cute?
Why is it cute?
No, I'm just
It's adorable.
speed is a big deal to both of you guys.
It is.
What-
Well, because it's creepy.
Is it cute? I don't know. How fast does it move?
Well, like I don't like
It's
fast
true.
zombies either. Like when you're
so
watching
you like
a-
slow zombies?
slow zombies, you're like okay, like you can handle it, But as soon as they like are like fast or speeding up or doing something weird with their
You're like,
bodies,
I'll watch
like,
this, but
I'm
on
gonna cut
slow
your head
mo.
off. Like you know what I'm saying?
Okay, good to know, Shauna. Good to know.
Like,
Sean's like, you're a slow zombie? You might get to keep your
like
head.
when you
fine.
watch like I don't like zombie movies, but if you're ever watching
No,
one and
I
they're
do-
like
I
they're
do
just like
not do
slow
horror.
dumb zombies, you're like okay, I can deal with
Hey,
it.
cutie
But
pie.
the moment they like start like running,
No.
Ew, ew.
No, I can't.
like nope.
I don't do zombies at all.
Nope. Yeah,
Not at
I'm
all.
not a zombie fan either.
I'm
I
just,
don't like
I don't like
I'm
it.
not a horror.
Nope. I don't do it.
I don't like a lot of horror.
I don't like any
movies.
horror.
You're saying
Right.
horror, right?
I guess there's I don't know, I can't think of anything that I'm like, ooh, that's a good one. I don't know.
A horror movie that you like?
Yeah.
No, I like nothing of it. I do not like anything.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, that one, but that's not like horror.
And those zombies are slow and
And
cute.
yeah, and it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, I don't even like that. I don't even like
have,
that.
have you seen it?
you don't like
No,
funny
and I will
zombies?
not.
So funny.
It's not funny. I'm
It
sure it's
is.
very
It's-
unfunny,
n-
actually.
Oh.
And Dad tried to turn on something today with the kids here, and it's supposed to be like it's a horror, but it's a spoof. Like it's funny. It's still scary, Dad. To
Oh,
the
was
tiny
it like
children in the
one
room.
of those? What were those called? It was like a whole series of them. You know, where they spoof on like Scream and stuff like that.
Yes.
Scary
No,
movie.
it was
Scary
something-
movie. Thank you. Ah.
He's trying to turn
We were
that on
close.
too.
Those are like that's like 90s and early aughts. Like you can't make movies like that anymore.
Early aughts. Look at
Yeah.
you sounding all hip.
Is that hip?
I don't know. It sounded hip.
You're like I'm gonna assume it is.
Early aughts.
I just, Dad, and he's like, this is comedy. It's not. It's not
Well,
comedy.
I want to know what it was now.
Who cares? Nuance. It's stupid. And he's like so like oddly like not affected by things. You know?
Like there's that ghost movie. It is kind of creepy at times, but The Others, that was a good one. Do you remember that one?
It sounds creepy.
It's
No.
Nicole Kidman. I love Nicole Kidman though. It was creepy, but spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, don't listen. But like
Right now, don't listen.
so fucking there was like Nicole Kidman and her kids, and they live in this big like creepy mansion or whatever, and they keep like the kids keep seeing like ghosts, and so does she. But then at the end you realize that they're the ghosts in the house, and they, you know, because they still think they're alive, the new people that moved in were so like they were the ghosts scaring
Nicole
the new
Kidman
people.
is the ghost.
Yeah,
Oh.
and her kids.
It's like American Horror Story is the premise to that kind of same thing.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
They stole that from the others. I don't watch American Horror Story either.
Yeah, that shit's creepy.
Yeah, it's too much for me. I like Vampire Diaries. Here for it.
Yeah, well, that's not scary. That's
It's
just
not scary.
I'm in high school. And
Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things.
No, I don't like Stranger
That's
Things.
not scary.
And Vampire Diaries to like an 11-year-old child, Corelli. No, there's episodes that totally freak her out.
No, River was not.
Yeah, no, Daya's not affected either. But Corelli, hands down, she gets way too into it. You know, it's like it affects her on a deep level.
We watched that new one on Disney Plus. It's called A Werewolf at Night.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is
it's
it
pretty
cute?
good. Yeah.
Your kids would, I'm gonna say,
Not like
hard
it?
pass for
Oh, okay.
Corelli.
Okay, good. See, this is why
Maybe
we,
Daya.
this is why we powwow.
Maybe Daya.
Yeah, she can
You
watch on her
probably
phone.
will hate it, because it's kind of like she would, because
Yeah,
like they
I
do
know.
it in like the first. I think it's the first.
They move way too
episode.
fast for you.
The monster in it is adorable. Ted, I love him,
Okay.
but it's in black and white, and it's kind of like old school, like werewolf
It's an homage to like the
homage.
Look at you and all your big
I
words
know,
today.
it's so-
It's very condescending today. You drive all
Is
the way
that,
over
like-
to her and
Is that a
help
new
out.
thing?
It's
Your
a
wife
si-
is always
I-
condescending.
No, I know, but
Literally,
sometimes she
it's
So
like
is
live
loves
with.
he.
more.
What are you talking about? That's like my. That's,
I didn't say he wasn't.
Okay, that's my husband, like in every sense of the word. So yeah,
You too. You guys are a match made in heaven.
I know exactly.
I know where I was made. I don't know about her.
I'll take it. Anyways, yeah, monster movies. That was a good one. You
Anywho,
won't
it
like
was an
it.
homage, like I was saying, to the old Universal monsters, like Creature from the Blue Lagoon, or what, like
Oh, okay.
that type of like
Black
50s,
Lagoon, isn't it
60s.
Black Lagoon? Yeah.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
And then there's the other movie, Blue Lagoon. Right?
Yeah. But it's not
But
a
that
horror
wasn't
movie.
a horror movie.
No, but
So I
that's
think
why
it was a romance.
it was.
It was.
That's what I got convoluted.
You know what I always remember from that movie was the boy telling like the girl, like after they've had sex a billion times, that like she's getting fat. It's like so fucking funny. And he doesn't, and they have like no idea what's going on, and like it's just so fucking weird looking back, and you're like, what is this? Like it's so fucking funny. He's like, you're getting
They should
fat.
update it where she just
Just
socks
like
him right in the
yeah,
eye.
literally, right? And then like, oh my god, she gives birth to the baby, and then they don't know what to do, and then, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, hysterical.
Yeah, it's a
Very,
very old movie.
very,
I don't
very
think that
funny.
aged well.
no, I would say no, no,
It's funny.
no. And did they think they were being funny when they were like, okay, so this is the line where she's sitting there,
Yeah,
and
they
she's
did.
hugely pregnant, very emotional, I'm sure. You know, she's
You should
got
call
a
her
human
fat.
inside of her. You're gonna call her fat. Their audience is gonna love it.
You thought it was funny. You still
I
do.
think it's funny in a very weird way. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
looking back.
Not
on
funny
it.
like, ha ha.
Yeah, not funny like
It's like funny like,
like, are you fucking
Bitch.
kidding me? Exactly.
like, I'll
So
fucking kill you funny.
shank you with this oyster shell. That's so fucking weird. Old movies, man. Old movies.
That's hilarious.
See, and that's
I'll
another
shake you
thing.
with this
It's another thing Dad fucking loves, all those old fucking movies. He tried to turn on Casablanca the other day with the
Oh,
kids. Right? Oh
God.
my, thank you, Shauna. And I'm like, oh God, not this movie, Dad. I've watched it so many times with you in my youth. I hate it so much. And he's like,
Did he
"This
say
is
the line?
The best.
Did he
Of
say-
course he said it.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is the best movie, blah, blah, blah. Your kids haven't seen it. And I'm like, they don't want to see it.
Nobody-
Don't worry.
It's okay.
Okay?
It's one of those ones that it's.
And of course, throughout the entire movie, he makes us watch it, and then he has to explain it all to them as we're like watching it, and they're like on their phones, like, "Yeah,
That's how you know you like it.
cool, Grandpa," and they're completely unamused. It's in black and white, like boring. What's happening?
I know.
It's just like not to sound like
No, that's what River was complaining about because the first episode of the series
Black and white.
is black and white,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Where's all the colors?"
Where's all the
Like, she
colors?
Like I want.
would
She's
not
like,
shut up about it.
So he's all like, just imagine the different things in color. So then the rest of the time she was just telling us what colors like their outfits were.
you're like, yeah, okay, we get it. We weren't.
She's like, she's probably wearing red right now.
And then it colorizes at the end.
And she's like, I was right. She was wearing red. I was like,
Oh,
you're
God.
fucking spaz.
I was like, okay, she's focusing on it in a different way.
A different way.
That is hysterical.
Anyways, do we want to?
I'm gonna screen on this window. There's flies in here.
Is there anything else about chickens?
So veered off to movies again.
I
So
love
ironically,
movies.
last time I'm not a fan. I'm not a gigantic fan, and I know you are. You and Dad get like crazy into movies.
Well, you've said
Do you
this
get
too.
crazy into movies?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not the movies that Shauna likes usually.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
I can see that, but like,
Obviously, look at you.
no,
you
I mean,
weirdo.
like, you guys are like, you're so alike in like the way you like to like.
No, we're
But,
a complete
very
opposites in all the
opposite
most
We say
important
on
ways.
one of our Porch Talk episodes,
Yeah.
I talk about how we have like 5 things in common, but I could only remember 2. Remember? but in every other way, we are different.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
you know, I could only remember that we like where we live, and I think we like our kids. I think.
I think we like our kids.
We both hate palm trees.
Oh, we both hate palm trees. That was top. That was literally one of the top 5.
Top 5. Hate palm
Because-
trees.
No,
That's it.
In any other big
stool,
way, we-
the stool that holds our relationship together is we hate palm trees.
Yeah.
We're mountains over beaches, and then we wanted to live out in the middle of nowhere. And then there was a fourth one that we thought of at one point, but I can't remember what it is. It's not important. These 3 things hold us together.
Well, you know, a 3-legged stool is not a solid foundation, unfortunately.
I think it's
Sorry
great.
to
It's worked
say.
so far. We
And a
every
5-legged
time-
stool's better.
Yeah, every time
I'm
we go
just
past
saying,
the fucking palm tree, we
Three-
hate it together.
3 legs, like Legend said, in a 3-legged stool, he fell. So just FYI.
It's not that I hate.
Well, that's genetics.
It's
Your
not that
guys'
I
family.
hate palm trees. I hate them
No, they're dumb.
outside of a setting that's like a beach.
No, they're worthless. There's
100%.
Like
Our
if you-
neighbor has fucking
When
palm
they have
trees.
when people have palm trees in their yard and there's like it's like all oak
It's
trees or all
so out
pine
of
trees and you're
place.
like, why do you have that here?
Well, and the thing is, how
I'm sure so many people are listening do too, and I'm sorry, but I hate them. I hate them.
I really like.
You probably
I-
don't have zip ties either.
I just like it's so weird to me, like where we are, right? It's like just tons of oak trees, and we have this neighbor up the hill, and they're like ridiculously wealthy. I'm not sure why wealthy people lean towards palm trees. It's
It's
a
probably like
trend.
an LA Hollywood
Maybe,
thing.
yeah, I guess maybe, but like,
Yeah.
and you're driving
like,
past their house, and their house is
palm trees,
gorgeous,
like,
and
line-
there's like fucking palm trees lining like their parking area
You
for
should
all
send
their
them a note. Your palm trees
numerous
suck.
guests. I might
Yeah.
anonymously,
might.
of course.
Your palm trees are hideous, and I hate them.
And how what is the upkeep
guess-
of those stupid palm trees?
I don't know.
In this area,
I don't care.
it's weird, right?
I just like
Maybe
they're
not
so
a lot,
I really
actually, I
like
guess.
the obviously like fruit trees. They serve like a purpose. They provide you fruit. But like the indigenous trees of your area, whether it's like oak
Yeah.
trees or pine trees or whatever
Just
the
go with the
fucking tree,
indigenous. We're good.
like it looks
You
so
got
nice
plenty
in
of
that
indigenous
area.
trees.
Yeah,
Yes.
like why would you want
Yes.
to plant something completely out of
Just completely out of place.
place
Yeah.
to where you're like what the like, and it doesn't give you like beach vibes or anything because you like everything else. Is,
Well, unless you're on a beach,
Yes,
you're not
like,
getting beach
and-
vibes,
yeah.
irrelevant of what trees there are. Turns out,
exactly.
Yeah.
I hate them.
yeah, yeah. I'm not a
And on
fan.
that
Because
note-
they're fake. That's why.
Because
Oh,
they're
fakey,
fake.
You fake
fakey,
palm
you
tree.
Fake bitch. Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, thank you guys for
Listening
on that
to
note,
us
that's where
ramble
we're-
about
yeah,
movies
palm
and palm
trees
trees and chickens, and
and-
how you can be the
You
best
guys should always end on hate.
Now you know
chicken keeper.
the worst. I
And
love trees too.
What
I
movies
love
we
fucking
dislike
trees.
and like, and what kind of
Hate
trees
that
we
tree.
like. You're welcome. Now you know.
As always, if you have any questions or would
Mm-hmm.
like to suggest a episode, you can reach us at ourkindofhomesteading@gmail. If you have any questions on our Patreon, please get a hold of us. We'd love to chat with you. Again, please check out our Patreon. It's Porch Talks with Our Kind of Homesteading, and it's been super fun. We just bullshit and have a good time, much
It's like what we were just doing at the end here, actually.
Yeah.
But
we usually
more.
talk about more inappropriate things because it's fun.
Yeah, borderline inappropriate or even just inappropriate stuff. It's funny. That's all there is to it.
Like telling a chick she's getting fat when she's pregnant.
No, we're like, I don't know. It's fun. You should check it out.
Yeah.
Other than that, thank you all so much, and
Yes.
we will talk to you next time.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.